Ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, I'm Carbonor. Welcome to my channel. I hope everything is warm and well in your world. It's time for some Conan Exiles. Finishing up the tour. Thought we'd start here and do the wall first. We're going to run the length of it around the whole city. Kind of give you an idea just how big it is. Let you meet some of the highly dedicated and trained soldiers standing watch, protecting the city of Elsewhere from all invaders. Alright, so let's get to it. This, of course, is one little crow's nest at the entryway to the west gate, I believe it is. Which, you know, you can just kind of trot down here. Easy to get to. Easy to get down in case there's some shit that goes on. So we're gonna follow the wall. We'll get to there. That's I mentioned before, that is the apartments for the citizens. Which again, as I said, I'll have to add some NPCs just to give some life to the area, you know, make it look a little more busy. I'll probably do it like building by building type thing, you know, floor by floor. This area overlooks everything. We keep an eye on those people over there. Those are the neighbors. They're rowdy. We don't like them. They make noise and they cause trouble. That's the worst kind of neighbor to have. And as I said before, I really have my eye on that area right there, and it would be so easy to just stretch that wall and just swallow it up, because it's just, that's made for an entryway. You know what I'm saying? To just have some regal shit above it, you know, it's, oh, it's so tempting. It's so tempting. I've been eyeing it for a while, so it'll probably happen. It will probably happen. And of course, we're coming along here to the gate. And then down here, full of my archer girls. Now they all have the same weapons, but these are actual, if I'm correct in remembering these, no, they're fighters. I thought I might have put archers up here, but no, they're just fighters. But still, they're gonna fuck you up. If an enemy comes through there and attracts their attention, they're just gonna pelt down arrows while those badasses down there fuck them up. But yeah, so that's probably what I'm gonna do. Pick a building and figure out. I don't know where I'm gonna start. I have no idea. I'm probably not gonna start with my own base. That might be the grand finale for the whole project. You know what I'm saying? Overlooking our Zen garden and our pet shellbacks down there. I don't think I showed you that little space over there, so we'll get to that as well. Evening, or morning I should say, actually. Got a little outpost area for them to rest during breaks and whatnot. Little water action. I want to probably put up a little campfire up here for them too, so they can get like lunch while they're, you know, taking their breaks. And again, I'm gonna need more soldiers. And then this is just a little entryway, quick way to get up here and down to that and to your position from the barracks over there, which we'll get to. Of course, I wonder what that building is. We'll let you see in a bit. Of course, you don't need to be told what those are. Those are the wheels of pain, used to break the thralls. But one of the advantages of having your own server is that you have admin tools and you don't need to use them anymore. I can just spawn whatever, you know, NPCs I want for my army, and they're automatically my thrall. So that's pretty handy. But it's still you want to have it for the, you know, aesthetic. And as I mentioned, barracks. That's what that big ass building is right there. That's the barracks. Little target area. There's a little building up there. That is the priestess's domicile. They have a little area right behind the temple. And then of course we have another little crow's nest overlooking this corner of vast nothingness on this side, and essentially again nothing on this side. But you want to make sure it's the areas that have nothing that you need to worry about, because they're, you know, you think, oh, there's nothing over there, and the enemy's like, they won't think we'll come from that direction. So you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. Little upper view from Main Street down there. We're gonna do some more work down there. Of course, I'm thinking about adding some more hedges. I don't want to do any flooring. I like that the back area doesn't have the tile work that the upper area does, because it allows, see, with the bricks, the bases that you lay down, the buildings are set to certain shapes for your structures in certain positions, but down here it was a little more free. That's why some of them are crooked, and I like that because it kind of works with the environment, you know. Well, you can almost see in the brothel. Do I not have... There's supposed to be a door there. Curious. Very curious. Is the other side missing the door? No? It was missing a door, wasn't it? Pretty sure. I'll have to I mean, it's a brothel. You know what's in there. I'll put clothes on them and show you eventually when I get to work in there. And the wall comes all the way. You know, of course, that's just the little overlook area right there, kind of like these that overlook the city. And this section of the wall brings you around to the other entrance. I kind of like how that works. And then, of course, at the end of last episode, you saw that little crow's nest. And of course, we were in the Hall of Champions. You Saw them in their rooms, overlooking our little section of the river. We've always got water, we've always got food. You can't fuck with us. And then down to the crow's nest overlooking these entrances. I think it's pretty well defended. I think it's pretty well defended. I could probably put up more, but I don't know. As you can tell by this, the smoothness of the skin texture of my character here, it's pretty much taxing my PlayStation 4. Oh, it came back as I got away from larger parts of the city. And of course she's watching. We got a good length of the road here covered before you actually get to the gate, so we can determine if you're troublemakers or not pretty much before you get to the entrance. The girls are pretty eagle-eyed, so they watch out for suspicious behavior. And there's those. I would almost like... I would almost like to do something with the structure here. I don't know if I want that island, but I like that those are close. Those landmarks are close to my city. City of Elsewhere. And here we are. Of course, I still have to show you that and this little island here. As you see all the cats down there. I will explain. And it's not, like I said, I don't know. It looks, I like that it kind of looks organic. This is kind of what you would imagine that it would look like. Especially in like really primitive times, because you know, they had to build with what they got. Again, as I said, I've considered taking that, but I don't think I could get rid of the huts, and I don't know what I would do with the huts in my head canon. I'm not sure that I could rationalize it. Got the waterway covered here, making sure to keep an eye. course, keeping an eye on that bonfire there, because ruffians. And this section of the wall brings us all the way back to here. The other gate. And so that's the wall that surrounds the city of Elsewhere. And we start back almost where we started. Kind of convenient. And now, what should I show you next? I'll let it be a surprise. Abracadabra. Kapow! Here I am. So I guess we'll show you the apartments. And we might as well start with at the roof, where my two companions, these are the two that I take with me everywhere I go. Much like the two generals, they are the two generals that I have, just in different gear. They are extremely badass. They will mess you up. As you see, this is a Ladigara, and this is the witch. I cannot ever remember what she is. Something witch, or witch something. I can't remember. But they are maxed out on the levels, and they have gear that's stronger than what it looks like, much like my character. So I don't have to do anything when we go out. Something comes close to them and they just destroy it. And as you'll see, these names, the names of the characters, Sunspell and Moon Mystic, has a very interesting story. This is where I'm going to build like a little, well, actually a big kind of mansion for the two of them on top of the apartments. But the story behind it is, when I was little, I had an older sister. I still have an older sister. She's 7 years older than me. And as a kid, of course, you know, you idolize your oldest sibling, no matter if they're the boy and a boy, girl, whatever it is. And so I always wanted to play with my sister and her friends, because my sister I thought was cool, and you know, that's just the way it was. So growing up, I played with G.I. Joes and Barbies and didn't think anything of it. Nobody in my family thought anything of it. And unlike today, back then, it was just, you know, no big deal. Not something to totally change your... Never mind. So, there were these two dolls that we got at this place called Toyland. It was an old toy store. And this was in... what was weird is these dolls, because I found out later, I've done research on them. They were made in like the 60s. So this was like in the 80s. So it was hard to think that those dolls were still somewhere being sold for that long, especially considering it was a nobody brand. But at any rate, so there were two dolls, and that was it. Other than each one of them had two additional outfit packs that you could buy separately. So there was two dolls, four outfits, and that was it. So we got those dolls, and my sister got Sunspell, and I got Moon Mystic. And it's just a long story, but I always try to create them in my games in some form or fashion. Much like the original characters in my simulated wrestling federations. You know, I get attached to the characters. And so I add them however I can. I don't like thinking, well, this is a new game, I'm going to add something different. No, I like to go with the same things over and over again. Maybe that's just me. I don't care. let me show you over here real quick. This is a little spot that I'm thinking because it's got one of those. I put a camp thing out here. I'm not sure why I did that. Oh, I remember. That was really early on. But I just haven't done anything with it yet. But yeah, I'm going to put some kind of little, like, I don't know, just a little relaxation area over here for the people to get away. You know, you won't come out of your apartment. You don't have to work for the day, and you're just like, I don't really want to swim. I don't want to go to the tavern. I'm just gonna stroll over here and just chill in nature. You know, that kind of thing. So these are the apartments. I think there's 5. Maybe it's just 4 floors. Now this entire first floor is furnished. The other floors are not. And I change it up for each room. Different bed, different nightstands. Some of them have a lot of pillows. Some of them have a lot of pictures. You know, just so it's different. So it looks like different people actually live in each room. So so that's one of the episodes will be me going through, and which will probably be more than one episode. I might even like just do a floor just so you see the process, and then do the rest of them offline, just to not completely bore your brains the fuck out. Because this is tedious work. The placement, the stuff, rugs, you know, and I change it every one up. And then this is kind of like a commons area where you come down and you eat your breakfast. Of course, I need to make some kind of little cooking area. I might redo these, at least one of these rooms right here, to be the actual cooking area, so that you can like come up and get your food and then come down and eat before you go out. So of course I'll have to add some more tables and chairs because this is a big apartment complex. Let's see. And then every floor has a balcony here. And I like that it's open, so it's constantly blowing in fresh air. Of course, that sucks when a sandstorm hits. And then you got your back areas. This is where the shady neighbors live. There's little windows to look out. See what's happening. Do a quick run. And then that's essentially it. The upper rooms are exactly the same, other than the fact that there's no commons area. These chests they've got furniture in there because this was the next area I'm gonna do. And of course it goes around here as well, and loops around in that bent L shape, just like the floor underneath. And then up to the next level, same thing. Rooms. More rooms. This is a bigger room because it was just, I couldn't justify the wall, just you know, you couldn't even really get in here. So there's that. I might do something with that and make that like a little study, little reading area, instead of making it, because it's so much bigger, instead of making it an actual apartment. Up here, another floor. Get up here. And then this is the last floor, I believe. And my intention was that if I was to make this, you know, an open server, and I think I mentioned in one of the earlier videos, I did for a while, so damn, I still need to put benches on this floor. What the hell? But so anyway, my intention was that this would be like an actual, like a, for people that use my server to treat the city of Elsewhere where like it's a landmark of the game. Like they could bring their characters by when they were on a mission and, you know, gear up, get better equipment. What is happening? Why is it fighting me? You know, because I've got my shops and my stores, and the restaurant, of course, is going to have meat and food, and you can get water at the well, and so that was my intention. But then I quickly realized that what would most likely happen is that people would just wreck my shit. And I'm not a fan of people wrecking my shit, so I'm the only one on my server. On to the next thing. So here we are at the entryway to the, what? The tree house? We'll call it. Call it the tree house? Yeah, we'll call it the tree house. And the tree house rests. Uh-oh. Shit. Shit. Sandstorm. And I don't have my admin stuff turned on. Damn it. Okay. I'm gonna have to hold off on this. Sandstorms are coming. I'll be right back. And we're back. So as I was saying, this is the walkway to the treehouse, and the treehouse resides on the Isle of Cats. You saw those cats down on that little island as we were walking across the wall. And the story behind it is that every one of these cats has a name of a former cat that I've had in my rather long life. Somewhat long life. Long life enough. Long enough life? Let's just say that. I still have some of the ones that are listed here. Those two. Had those two for many years. She lived to be 19, and her sister here lived to be 20. Those were the two longest that I've ever had live. Loved those cats. That was gut-wrenching when they passed. And then of course here's the food bowls. Obviously they don't need water because they have access to plenty of water. They got food bowls. And when a sandstorm hits, what do they do? Where do they go? Where do they hide? Of course they just sit here. Really, as far as game mechanics go, they're not affected by the sandstorm. But in my headcanon, and that's what matters. They come down here into this little shelter area, and they huddle together. And you may be asking, who fills those? Well, as they're going, yeah, let's go, to their shift up here in the treehouse lookout. Damn it! I always forget there's a very specific path you have to take in this area, or it's like, no, see, it's fine. There we go. Or it's not gonna let you come up. But these soldiers up here on the treehouse outpost, on their way to their daily watch, they bring the food for the cats. I didn't realize she's hiding. And they provide just a little, you know, little extra vantage point over the areas. Why do I not have a soldier? I need more soldiers up here. There's not enough. I need more. And so that's the treehouse outpost and the Isle of Cats. Fascinating. And it's time to get our religion on. Let's go to the temple, people. Lovely little view of our city. Or Main Street. I kind of love how the brothel just looms over the entire place. It's like, yeah, everything's respectable, and then this like 3-story building over here where there's nothing but fornication going on 24/7. Says otherwise. And as I said, I put clothes on the priestesses. And they wear clothes. I mean, it's a Sony server, so they can only be topless. But I put tops on them, just so I could show off the area. I guess I'll have to leave them on, because God knows. I don't want to go through the trouble of taking them off and putting them on and all that other shit as I'm making videos, so. And of course, here's your little praying altar. This is, I really, the shallow grave, I don't know what it does. I genuinely don't know what it does, but I figured it seemed appropriate up here in the temple area. I don't know why. It just did. Now, of course, the high priestess there, I can't put clothes on her. I just can't. She just comes naked. So. And they're not really armed. But they are the NPCs as well. Different named you know, characters. And this is their little home. They don't require much. They don't ask for much. It's part of their religion. Derketo is the religion that I chose and went for. I believe that's the one that's all about sex. So, you know. Yeah. What does it say? Derketo? Yeah, Derketo. Whatever that says about me, I don't care. It's a good little view also. They got a nice little vantage spot. They can see new people coming into the city gates. They can see the goings on down there. They can see the military side. They have basically a full view of the goings on of the town. So they know what's up. So we got the church, because you gotta have a church. And that big stairway thing leads up to where my home is going to be. I'm not even going to bother showing you up there. We'll make that like a reveal when I finally do it, because there's literally nothing up there. I have some NPCs of like my personal army. That's about it. It's just flat. I managed to put up bases, you know, platforms. The word has completely escaped me. But anyway, all over it, so it's ready to be built on. Which now I'm not sure that I should have done it. I've thought a couple of times. I've been like, should I have done that, or should I have let it be more free structure so I could have personally more control of it? I don't know. But it's gonna be big. I know it's gonna be big. And that, like I said, and it's the little stairway is manned. But what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, these are the royal guards. I'm thinking I'm gonna take the royal guards, all the ones that are on this stairway, and move them, because that's where the ambassadors live, and put all of these royal guards along that way so that they're charged with protecting the ambassadors, and then bring my ravens. Is that what I'm pretty sure that's what I call them, and have them guarding me. That's I think what I'm gonna do. Then we're down here to the military side. Of course, they've got their own little well. Well, that's not really little well. It's a bigger well. And they have a small area where they can overlook our little Zen garden. And then I'm gonna do something like this over there along that one empty platform, little balcony area, if you recall. And then that leads to the ambassador's quarters. I will show you that, but I'm going to save that till the end, because it's probably where we're going to close it out. As I said, I'm not going to show you my shit yet. This, of course, is generals, the officers' quarters. But it's the captains on the first and second floor. Decent sized furnishings, as you can see. Each captain gets their own. And these, of course, I've got to put a lot of stuff in. A lot of stuff is yet to be put in. Second floor, captain's quarters. Same as the bottom floor. Same size, same dimensions. Game, stop fighting me. And each floor has a balcony on each side, as you can see when you look up there. And except for the bottom floor has just one balcony that is more of like a porch. because it's on the ground with just a little railing. And then up here, General's quarters. As you see, they have bigger beds and a lot more area to do stuff with. So they'll probably have I'll end up like having a platform up there for like an upstairs. and then they have, each one has their own private patio, and then one that's a little more public. And this goes up to nowhere. Nothing. Can't really, because that's part of the general's quarters. So that this might end up making this look a little storage area, maybe. Something along those lines. And like I said, first floor just has basically this little porch. And over here, I need to make some tables or something maybe, because this is going to be, this is their mess area where they eat. Food is prepared for the army. Warden's quarters, because this building, if you remember when I was walking along the wall, this is our prison. Here's the warden's quarters. Just a round building with windows everywhere, because she's got to be able to see in every direction in case somebody is making a run for it. That was my thinking there. And then this is the actual prison. This is the person who makes the thrall catching equipment. There's of course the warden. And if you remember the seekers from the 2 outposts, this is their boss. And just to give you an idea of, this is what a cell looks like. That's all they have is a bed. Nothing else. No chairs. They get water when they ask for it. That's it. It's a harsh prison. And then of course, like I said, wheels of pain. These are my ravens. These are my going to be my personal guard. They're all named after, I believe it's flowers and spices is what I picked, I think. Ginger, lilac, yeah. Coffee, lotus. Yeah, that's what it was. And then these are their 2 leaders, Rose and Lily. And these will be the ones that I'm going to move up to be my personal guard. And of course our vault, because you gotta have a vault. It is of course manned by the same type of soldiers that guard our entrances. We got some money. We got lots of money. Lots and lots of money. Lieutenant's quarters. They've got their own little, and this is I know, an odd little looking structure, isn't it? I like its quirky and oddness. Now the lieutenants sleep 2 per room. Of course, as I said, they have to be furnished as well. And it's oddly shaped because of the way I chose to build it and how I had to do the stairs to get to each floor. And of course each one has its own little patio. Look out when you're off duty, you know, this kind of I didn't remove. No, okay, good. Open the damn door. And then the top floor. There you go. Lieutenant's quarters covered. Now we're gonna check out the barracks. Of course, we've got our little animal tamer. And again, I don't know how shellbacks ended up in here. I genuinely do not remember putting more shellbacks in here. But there are some in here. But yeah, this is our animal pen. And then over here was the target area that we saw on our trip around the wall. And the barracks. Now, the reason that these chests are not uniform, everyone at the foot of the bed, is because the fucking game would not let me on some of these, for some fucking reason, would not let me put them at the foot of every bed. I do not know why. I tried every way in the world to make it work. It would not let it happen. So, there it is. Some of them are, some of them aren't. And these are pretty much fully furnished. I don't think that I'm going to have to do anything else for these. The only thing that I might do is add one more floor. Especially because I have exactly every bed in this building. It represents one soldier in my actual army. I actually counted them and put in enough beds for them. So, but if I'm going to be like some of them are off duty, you know, so that I can have some just chilling out places, you know, NPCs, as I said, just to give a little more life to the city, then I'm gonna have to make another floor. Is this the bottom? Yeah, okay. Alright. Next stop. We're almost done with our tour. All we have left is the ambassador's quarters. So I'll meet you over there. Hello again. Let's go on up and meet the ambassadors. Yeah, I'm definitely going to move the royal guards over here. All of them. As I said, there's already some over here, but I'm just going to bring them all. Arena, what? Why is your name? Yeah, I should say royal guard. I don't know why it doesn't. That's disturbing. Bothers me. I wish the game had like railings that you could put on the stairs. That would just be so cool. Okay. Now, YouTube, these girls are not naked. They have pasties on. Do not tell me pasties are not allowed. When I see try-on videos with girls trying on the most fishy of fishnet tops that you can find, to the point that they're essentially naked with dental floss on. As long as that flies, pasty should as well. With that being said, these are the ambassadors. As you can see, they are wearing pasties. It is part of the outfit. And you will recognize some of these names if you watch my wrestling videos. Because again, I reuse names over and over again. Because all of these names, they mean something to me. They don't mean shit to you, and I'm not gonna bother to explain it because the shit that goes on in my head is unfathomable to normals. But so this is their greeting area for, like, you know, for other ambassadors from other cities, other kingdoms. And yeah, fuck you. Climb up the climb up the stairs. And then this goes up here. I've considered doing something with this roof, like somehow connecting it so they could, like, you know, have an outside balcony type thing, but I just don't know if I want to do it. And this is the ambassador's bedroom chambers. Still got some work to do up here. Furnish it and make it look nice. Of course, they have their own water supply. Got them a little fireplace. And a massive triple joined bed. And that, my friends, ends the tour. I hope you liked my city. I put a lot of work into it. I know it's kind of rough in some areas and kind of hobbled together in others. But it's my first attempt at, well, not really my first, but my second attempt, but my biggest major attempt to make a city. And again, I'm going to make it as livable as possible with NPCs. I'm going to furnish everything and going to take you guys along the ride with me. I hope you're willing to join and stick along. Yeah, so that about wraps it up. Again, as I mentioned, I have 2 simulated wrestling federations. I have the CTW, which is on Mondays and Wednesday nights. That'll be Monday Night Mania and Wicked Wednesday Night. Monday Night Mania is an all-male show. Wicked Wednesday Night's an all-female show. Those 2 consist of original characters that I've been making since wrestling games allowed you to make custom characters. So over 20 years, some of those characters have been made and remade and remade, and they've evolved a little bit to what they are now, their forms, but same characters, same names. And then I also have the WTF, which is the World Thought Federation, which is Tuesday night download, and Thursday night live stream. Those 2 consist of my favorite female celebrities, actresses, singers, models, e-girls, cosplayers, and adult film stars. Both of them, there's some actual good wrestling there. I know you're thinking that's stupid. It's a video game. How can that be? I mean, there's some times that shit happens that I'm like, oh, that's pretty crazy. I mean, I really, when I'm recording them to, you know, for the videos that I make, sometimes I actually get drawn into it. I'm like, oh shit. So, and then every Friday, as you know, because you're watching this right now, is the CONAN EXILES building project, I guess we'll call it. And Saturdays I do Stellar Blade, although I'm trying to salt and pepper episodes of that throughout the week. It's a little difficult. I don't have the best of connections, and those I'm doing in 4K, so it's a little time consuming, and sometimes that throws off the scheduling of other stuff. So I don't know. And then Sundays are clear except for the pay-per-views that I have for the two wrestling federations. But yeah, so I hope you like. I hope you check out the other stuff. I have Discords for the two federations. I have a Discord and a general Discord for the other gaming stuff that I'll be doing. So thanks for joining me, everybody. Later.